you bored of walking? Want to have a fun way of travelling automatically? I'm going to show you 3 brilliant redstone vehicles, a motorboat, a car and a plane, so you can travel effortlessly across the sea, the land or even the sky. They might only be a one-way trip, but they're so easy to make, you can build it again to come back. Let's learn. I've not done a redstone tutorial in ages, so I was mooching around thinking, what am I going to do? And then I tripped over this brilliant idea. This is my new mate Rhys, and he has got some superb stuff on his channel. He's only a small YouTuber, but he's really talented, so please do go and check him out and tell him that I sent you. I'm going to do my own spin on 3 of the vehicles so I can travel by sea, by air and by land. So follow along and you can make them yourself. Let's get on with it. First up, it's the motorboat. These are the blocks that you're going to need to make this little boat. These are in the right numbers as well. The wool on the right hand side are temporary blocks. That can be anything. Of course, you don't need to use bamboo mosaic or cherry, but we're in 120. I thought it would be nice. Pause the video, take a screenshot. Let's get on with it. First thing you want to do is make sure that you have got an open space that you're going to drive through, because if you were going to fly straight through a star or too close to a supernova, well, that'd end your trip real quick, kid. To make it, come down to the water and at the water's level, place 2 temporary blocks and then put in your full block. Reclaim those temporary blocks, you're going to need them later. Then put in a sticky piston and a slime block and then get 4 slabs, top slabs 3 and 4. Then come around and place a step facing in that direction, place a slab there, and then get one of your observers and face it so the redstone bum is facing over the top of that slime block. You with me so far? Brilliant. Get yourself another observer and place it in that direction so the redstone face is facing outwards, meaning the redstone bum is going straight into that slime block. You need 2 more sticky pistons now, one there and one on this side, and then 2 more slime blocks there and there. That should leave you 1 slime block left. Now we need to basically trim the boat up. So place a step there and a step there, and we're going to create a dish shape out of these stairs. So one round there and then come here, here and here. You should have 1 step left, which you're going to make right there to make it just a little bit more boat shaped. And then we need to put a cockpit in, except it's not a cockpit you're going to sit in because it's just made of solid blocks. We've got our last slime block there, our 2 glass blocks, one on top of that piston, one on top of that observer, and then we're going to top it off with our slabs, which I'm going in cherry because, you know, 120 and all that. Now, your boat is basically done, but you've still got to launch it off into the distance, and this is how you do it. Get your 2 temporary blocks that you had before, place 1 on the sand right there and 1 right there. The next block you place is going to launch this boat, so make sure you're in a position where you're not going to slip off the end of it. Now, you can either reclaim that block there or use a 3rd temporary block and place it right there. That is going to launch your boat, and then once you get inside it, you can ship off to the Bahamas or wherever it is you've headed. And this boat will keep going in a straight line until it hits a block. Once it hits that block, it's going to stop, and that's the end of your trip. But you could take it apart and place it in a different direction and go in that direction, or come all the way back. It's entirely up to you. Right, should we go on with the car now? And this is what the car's going to look like. The blocks you need for the car are right here on the screen. This is a temporary block. You only need 1, and it's to start the thing off. Take a screenshot, pause the video, and let's crack on with it. First thing I'm going to do is place myself a log right there because I want to place it so as I've got this grain on the outside. That's going to be the wheel. I then want to do a second one just here. So place one there and get it back. So you got it just slightly offset, you can see there. You're then going to get yourself a trapdoor. You're going to place the trapdoor there, and then you're going to put 3 slime blocks there, there and there. Then come around the other side, get yourself 3 pistons there, there and there, and then put a sticky piston there, a sticky piston there, a honey block right in the middle of it, and then get yourself 3 slabs, place a slab there and a slab there. The side with the honey block is the forward facing side. So my car is going to go in that direction, the direction that the honey block is facing. So if you face in your direction of travel, go 90 degrees in this direction and place 2 observers there. So the redstone bum is facing outwards. So when it redstone farts, it goes into the middle. You're going to get your sticky piston, and you're going to place your sticky piston on top of the honey block, and then 2 more slime blocks right there. Now we're going to get our slabs on. We're going to place a slab there, and then come across in a horseshoe shape like that, and then going to place another slab right there in the middle. We're going to get ourselves another log there and another log there. That is our forward wheels, and I'm going to get a different color slab, and I'm going to put one there and 1 there, you know, just for thrills. Then using one of my 2 chains, I'm going to place it going across between those 2 slabs. I'm going to grab some glass there, some glass there. I'm going to put a temporary block right there, and then I'm going to place my rail there and my minecart right on there. Then I'm going to break my temporary block. That drops the minecart in between those 2 glass blocks, and then I can place another chain right there. That makes it dead safe for me to be inside here. It holds me in. I can get in and out really, really easily. I'm then going to get myself more slabs there, there, and there. I'm going to place another different color slab right there, and I'm going to grab my lights, because these are going to be my headlights. I'm going to place 1 there and 1 there. All that's left for me to do is to even this top bit out. I'm going to place a loom there, but you could use another block if you wanted to. I just quite fancied using a loom, to be honest. And I place a trapdoor there, a trapdoor there, and a trapdoor there. And that's the end of our car. It's all sorted. I can't decide if it looks sporty or more like a sedan. All we need to do now is start it off, and we're looking at this rear observer right here to do that. Place your temporary block on the face of that observer and your car will start to move. Now this does require a good long stretch of flat land. If you hit a lump, your journey's over. Although you could end up with a bit of a chitty chitty bang bang. And speaking of things that fly, let's go make a plane. And with it being all about flying, I recommend you get a starting point as high as you can. Now you could pillar up using scaffolding or blocks if you wanted to, but I think flying off the top of a mountain is the only way to go. And this is what your working plane is going to look like. This is what you're going to need to be able to make this plane. I've gone for cherry wood because everybody loves a pink plane, right? And you know, Barbie movie was out recently, so it makes sense. Also, you've got this launching system because it's virtually impossible to launch whilst you're sat in it. Take a screenshot, pause the video, do what you got to do, let's make it. Now, in the direction that you want to fly, place yourself an observer. So the redstone bum is facing the direction you want to go. I'm wanting to go in that direction. The redstone bum is facing in that direction. I'm then going to get myself a sticky piston and a slime block like that. I'm going to get 2 temporary blocks, place 1 there, and then a honey block at the end. Claim back my 2 temporary blocks. That is going to be the very front of my plane right there. I'm then going to get myself another observer. I'm going to place the observer there so the bum is facing backwards. Then a slime block, a sticky piston, and 3 slime blocks. 1, 2, and 3. I'm then going to build up the tail of the plane by putting a sticky piston on there. I'm then going to put another slime block on the end of that sticky piston, and then really carefully the observer needs to be facing on the underside of that slime block. So I've got the face of the observer right there. I can then grab my tail, place a bit there, a bit there, and a bit there. So that's the tail of my plane. Now what I need to do now is make myself my front wing. So I'm going to place a sticky piston just on that side, sticky piston just on that side, and then get 6 slime blocks, 1, 2, and 3, and then 3 on the other side like that. But we're not going to fly on those slime blocks, so we've got to place in our wing ends there. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, and you can, if you wish, place a 4th one there. This is in the inventory that I gave you there and there, but actually I quite like it if you nip those out. Then what we've got to do is build ourselves up a cockpit. First bit of the cockpit are these steps that go right there. We're then going to get a glass block, we're going to place it there. We're then going to get a rail, we're going to pop it on there. We're going to put a minecart on top of the rail. We're going to break that rail so that minecart is nice and secure against that slime block. And then we're going to decorate the front by putting 1, 2, 3, and 4 chains on like that, which makes it look a little bit like a rotor. Now, I said at the beginning of making this plane that it was really tricky to get it going whilst you were sat in it, so we've got a trigger mechanism. And that's because your active observer, the one that's going to set you off, is this one underneath. How are you meant to reach that? With a dead easy launcher. Place your piston there and then your block right there. Reclaim your piston and then get a temporary block right there, and then place your piston on that temporary block so it's facing into this block right here, and then place the button on top of that piston. That's your launcher. When you press that button, it pushes that block in front of that observer's face and it will launch you off into the distance. And you can do it whilst you are sat in your minecart. So I think it's time to go for a little fly. We're at the top of this mountain. We've got a little mate the bee there, and we just need to press this button. Off we go, and we're flying. And we're going to keep on flying until we hit a mountain or the world border, whichever one comes first. And if you started high enough, that could be 30 million blocks away. I gotta be honest, I think this one might be my favourite. So now you know how to make all three of these really awesome redstone vehicles. Again, another really massive shout out to Riss for coming up with these. They are absolutely brilliant. I love them. Make sure you leave me a comment to let me know which one of these three is the one that you like the most, which is the one that you're most likely to use perhaps in your Minecraft survival world. And while you're down there, slap that like button for me. And if you've not done it already, hit subscribe. And I'll look forward to seeing you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.